Hello friends, so today's video is going to be a giant giveaway. I have 12 books that I'm going to be giving away to one winner, and how to enter, it is open internationally, so anyone, anywhere can enter, and all you have to do is leave a comment on the video. If you want an extra entry, you can share the video over on Instagram or Twitter, but anybody can enter. I wanted to make it so you didn't have to have Instagram or Twitter to enter, but you do get an extra entry if you do share over there. I'm gonna jump right into the books though. The first one would be the illustrated edition of Neil Gaiman's Ocean at the End of the Lane. So I read this one recently. The illustrations in this are absolutely stunning, definitely very eerie and matching the tone of the book. And for those of you that are Neil Gaiman fans and you're really wanting a copy of this, but maybe price tag's a little high or something, I figured this would be a really good one. If you don't know anything about this, it is a fantasy standalone that follows a young boy and strange things start occurring. It's essentially a mix between fantasy and a little bit of horror. This edition is slightly different from the original because of the illustrations. There's a few sentences here and there that are left out, but really as far as illustrations or illustrated editions go, the paper, I know it's a weird thing to point out, but the material of the paper is really nice. And the illustrations are throughout. It's not like there's a few in the book. They are throughout the entire book. And it's really quite a stunning edition of a story. So that would be the first book. After that, we have a special edition of a book, and that would be Uprooted. So it's the one that has these sort of old looking pages. This cover I just think is beautiful. I wish I loved this book because I love this cover so much. And without the sleeve, it has this really pretty house on it, and I loved Spinning Silver very much. For those of you that have watched my channel for a while, you know I've done a couple videos where I go over different editions of books from all over the world, so special editions, foreign editions, well, foreign to me in the US, and I have been wanting to do another one for Spinning Silver. I've been waiting for months for one copy to come in, and I don't think it's going to happen. So I think I just need to make that special editions video. But in order to get my hands on a certain edition of Spinning Silver, it had come in a box set with this edition of Uprooted, and I didn't love Uprooted, I loved Spinning Silver. So I have this copy for someone, and man, these go for a lot now. So as a result of buying some of these foreign editions, for those of you who are big fans of Uprooted, I also have this beautiful, beautiful edition. I believe this is the Polish edition of Uprooted as well. After that, little story time here. This would be the Barnes & Noble exclusive of Book of Night by Holly Black. And this one is brand new, just came out, and I know a lot of people haven't been absolutely loving this one. I didn't love it. I enjoyed it enough to check out the sequel. One of you informed me that it's supposed to be a duology. But story time, because it was such a big release, I ended up getting multiple copies sort of on accident. So there was a Book of the Month edition, and I work with Book of the Month, so I got the Book of the Month edition. And then I had pre-ordered this edition because I didn't realize at the time I was going to be getting it in a book box. So I pre-ordered this edition. It also came in as one of the adult Fairy Loot boxes editions. So I got that edition of it. And then I had ordered less so for the book, but more so to support this one individual who does the stenciling on edges of books. I had ordered a copy from them because I just liked the artwork on the side and I wanted to support this person's artistic endeavors. And I just had so many copies of this book. And I'm like, I didn't love it. I don't need that many copies. I will take lots of copies of books that I absolutely adore, but I didn't absolutely adore this one. So I'm like, I don't need this many copies. Plus, it's brand new, and for some of you, you know, buying brand new books, you like to maybe wait till you find it on sale or something like that. Or maybe you just haven't got around to getting this one yet. But the Barnes & Noble exclusive has this on the naked hardback, and it is slightly different in its coloring than the regular edition is. So it is a very pretty book, but like I said, I do not need that many editions of this book. And if you're interested in knowing a little bit more about my thoughts on this and also what it's about, I did recently do a new releases wrap up, so I'll have that linked if you want to hear more about it. After that, we have some Book of the Month editions, and I often will try to pre-order books just trying to support authors, but also as a result of working with Book of the Month, I often end up getting duplicates because some of the books they have are the ones I've pre-ordered. And so that's the case with some of these, and then other ones are just ones that I ended up, because I liked them so much, I do actually have my own Book of the Month account, and so I was like, I'm going to use some of my credits to get some extra copies so I can then do a giveaway for them. And so that's true of this one here. It's Kekai, and this is another one that I'll have my new releases video that I did talking about this one linked so that you can hear more of my thoughts. But this is a beautiful reimagining of this character from mythology. I really, really enjoyed this. It's kind of a slower going story, but I think it's really beautiful. I enjoyed the arc of this character. I enjoyed the writing style, and it's also debut. I think especially for a debut, I mean, it's a great book all around, but then seeing that it's a debut, I think makes it that much more impressive. So wanted to order an extra copy of this one so I could do a giveaway for one of you, and decided to include it in this. Another new release that I got would be The Stardust Thief. And I actually got a copy, a beautiful, beautiful copy of this for a Fairy Loot book box edition. It's up there. It's a really gorgeous kind of purple. Anyway, I really enjoyed this one. It was a really fun adventure story. It sort of follows the 1001 Nights, and it's the author's take on those stories. And there's a huge emphasis on stories within this story. And the characters were fun. The story itself, it's a traveling story. They have this kind of impossible mission that they're trying to succeed at. Once again, I have talked about this one in a new release wrap-up, so I'll have that linked if you want to hear more thoughts. It's the same video as the one where I discussed Book of Night. But regardless, I had a lot of fun with this one. Brand new. It just came out, and I know that a lot of you are going to really like it as well, so another one to add. The next couple are actually romance books. They're some of the most popular ones. They're contemporary romance, not fantasy. And I read them recently, and I actually did really, really like them. There are special editions that are coming out that I want to get my hands on, because currently I have 2 Book of the Month editions and then a paperback. And I would like if they matched. And also I enjoyed them enough that I'm like, oh, I would like a special edition of them. So I figured I probably don't need additional copies of these, and I know so many people love them. So we have People We Meet on Vacation and Beach Read. And again, these are contemporary romance stories, but I quite enjoyed them. I think the author really dives into the characters themselves and very realistic things that make people tick the way that we do. Beach Read has to do with loss and kind of the process of grieving. And then People We Meet on Vacation, it's sort of a friends to lovers, and it discusses trying to find your own way in life and things like that. So kind of mixing it up, a little bit of romance within all of these other fantasy stories. The paperback of Emily Henry's new book, Book Lovers, I wanted whoever won to be able to have all 3 of Emily Henry's contemporary romance stories, so I wanted to add this one into the mix. This one is also very, very new, just came out recently, so this one adding to it as well. We also have a fantasy YA standalone called Girl, Serpent, Thorn. It follows a girl who anyone she touches will die, and so she's a royal figure, but she's kind of had to live a lot in isolation, in hiding. She's very concerned about accidentally hurting someone, and then she finds somebody who she thinks might be able to break this curse, and there's somebody else who wants to aid her, but you don't really know who you can trust in the story. You don't know what to believe, and it is, like I said, a fantasy standalone. It's quite short, so it's definitely one that you can pick up and read really quick. Next up, we have a special edition of Iron Widow. It's got this on the edges. I had actually done a giveaway for this quite a while ago, and the winner never contacted me, and so I've just been holding on to it for a really long time, hoping that they would eventually let me know that they saw that they won, and they didn't. So I figured I'll put this into this this giveaway box. It is a signed edition. It has the author's signature here on the front. It also comes with a little book plate as well, so you have an extra copy of the author's signature. And this is a YA sci-fi that is Pacific Rim. It's described as Pacific Rim meets The Handmaid's Tale. That's basically it. That's 11 books, which I thought was a weird number. So I'm also throwing in an arc of my book. It is the heaviest book out of all of the books that I'm giving away. But like I said, it is an arc, so it's not absolutely perfect. There's some typos and whatnot here and there. But I just figured, that way we can get the number up to 12, which I just think 11 was weird. And, even though it's an arc, there's like illustrations that I've done in the book. It's got other illustrations that someone I hired did. So It's got lots of fun little extras in it. And then also, whenever you get to a new chapter, there's a piece of the map, wherever that character is. There's little extras before each chapter. Sometimes it's artwork, sometimes it's journal entries from characters. And so there's all sorts of little extras, even though it is an arc. So there's that as well. I will not be bothered, though, if you are entering for everything else. It won't hurt my feelings. A few more details as to how to enter. I already mentioned that all you have to do is comment down below. I will announce the winner in 1 week on my community tab. Please check. I've done giveaways before, and the winners, they never contact me, and it always makes me really sad because I really enjoy doing giveaways. But please check the community tab. In 1 week's time, I'll have the person who has won listed over there. Whoever does win, though, I will have to ask for your address. So either you have to be over the age of 18, and if you are not, you need to have parent permission. But anyway, that's it for this giveaway. I will have all relevant information in the description bar down below. The comments section, just comment whichever one you would be most excited about if you won. Just to reiterate, the winner will receive all of these books, so that will be fun. Whoever wins, and I'm excited for you because there's some good ones in here, and I'm really excited to be doing this giveaway. But anyway, no rhyme or reason for it, just wanted to say thanks to all of you for being wonderful and try to do something to give back to all of you because you always are so lovely to me. But anyway, that is all. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.